And welcome back to Jeff Koinange Live here at Citizen Television. We're talking about real stories about real people who have been to Saudi Arabia and back. And they're not always bad news stories, by the way. There's some good news stories like Lorna Jarab here. She worked there for 3 years, came back, and she loved it. She would go back. Faith Murunga, on the other hand, would never want to see Saudi Arabia ever in her life again. So, you know, it depends on the individual, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Lorna, you were saying right before the break, as you were wahigering me?
Jeff, yeah.
You were saying?
So what I was saying...
You changed jobs 4 times.
4 times.
And all 4 employers were good to you?
Were good to me.
All of them?
Yes.
No violence, no...
Nothing. Nothing.
In those 4 years?
4 houses.
4 houses, sorry.
4 families.
Okay, so why did you come back?
So before I tell you why I came back, Wahiga, before I tell you why I came back, Jeff.
Wahiga again.
Lorna.
Nimeona.
Umecheki?
Aki nimeona shaka. Hapa kuna shida.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I want to mention names. Okay. Koinange.
Yes.
First, before I tell you why I came back, okay. When I was working for all these other houses, I changed the first house that I was after 6 months and went outside. Let me call it maybe run away. I did that. So I went outside. I got another job. It was paying better than the first job that I had. Why I left my good employer and went outside, it's like looking for greener pastures, because right here I'm paid 900 reals. Then outside there they pay me more than 900 reals, like double the money. So when we went outside here, and not that the embassy or the Kenyan government doesn't know that we are outside there. I remember even there was a time that the former ambassador, sorry, there was a meeting, and they came to meet us, so they know we were there. So Jeff, what I would like to say is that the time that I was outside there's something that I learned. Many girls, let us say a quarter of them go outside because of the mistreatments, because of what they go through. Others like me go outside there because of homesick, and others go outside there because of the money, because the money is a little bit more. You're paid 900 here, you'll be paid 2,000, 2,500. So what I would like to tell our CS here is that as they are going to sit down and see what to do about this, first thing they remember what they said. Kama watu watakuwa napewa place, your leave ama off, hata kama ya siku 3 ama 5 days, hakuna mtu atakuwa na homesick. You know that there's somewhere that you can go and meet. Mwende mkae chini, you meet with your sisters, you unwind, at least ile homesick ishe kidogo, and then you go back again. Again, something I was telling her right now when I was seated here, talking about the 300,000 yenye agent anapewa ndio tupeleke huko. If something can be done, na sisi tunaharibia agents, because I'm not an agent in myself. Si waharibi. Kama ile pesa inaweza punguzwa, Jeff, watu wasinunuliwa 300,000. Aende alipo 900. Hata it's better they take 150,000, mtu aende alipo 1,500.
Yeah.
People have been paying 900 for ever since. Hiyo pesa ijaipanda. And that's why mtu atafeel I bought you. Kwa sababu hakuna vile naweza kuja kwako na ulinitumia fare. Yeah, like 300,000, and then I come there, nikikuona hivi nikikumbuka pesa zangu. That's what triggers most of them.
That's a very good point. So the agents are the ones who wanakula pesa zote.
Mingi sana.
Okay, so Cabinet Secretary, I have a question here, and you know, a lot of viewers are of this opinion, so listen for a moment, right? 40 women, and you probably know this, Faith, and 40 women have been killed in Saudi Arabia in mysterious circumstances. Young girls there, okay? So some people are saying we need to ban all travel to Saudi Arabia until this matter is sorted out, because no civilized country can expect this level of torture, torment, abuse, and killings.
It's enough.
A lot of Kenyans feel that way. We need to ban travel altogether. But CS, what do you say?
Thank you, Jeff. I can see today you have a new name, Wahiga, and that is not a bad name also. Jeff, it's unfortunate that we've lost Kenyans, and as I said before, any Kenyan life lost any life is important, whether locally and even Kenyans abroad. And we have taken note of this. We did request for postmortem reports. We've been given information through our Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We are following up on those postmortem information because we had also concerns on the report. And we believe part of the discussions and the engagements we are going to have will be on the causes and of the deaths of these 30 women. However, Jeff, it is important to inform our migrant workers, particularly in Saudi Arabia, to follow and work through the protocol that we have set up. A number of Kenyans who are working in Saudi Arabia went on their own and eventually arrived there without contracts or even familiarity with the homes and employers they were going to work for. So it led to some of these abuses that we are dealing with now. However, going forward, we are appealing to all Kenyan intending or desiring to go to Saudi Arabia to ensure that they work with licensed agents, and these agents are being re-sensitized and they have been debriefed further on how to prepare these migrant workers.
I was actually going to ask you about the agents, Bonacius. Are you aware the agents take a minimum of 300,000 shillings? They demand 300,000. Is the government aware? And then you're shipping these girls out in their thousands. I mean, there's 97,000. Do you 300,000 shillings? Is that the charge?
Jeff, agents have a very important role in organizing and preparing pre-departure and also facilitating movement, including medical checks and tests, preparation of organization for travel tickets and travel documents. So in the process, they also incur some expenditure that they charge. However, these expenses are supposed to be reimbursed by employers. So at no time, in fact, ILO and also International Organization of Migrant Workers are very categorical on expenses being charged on migrant workers.
Okay.
So as a country and as a ministry, we also discourage any agency that is involved in charging any migrant worker is engaging in an illegality and their license is going to be cancelled.
That's easier said than done. And to me, and probably to a lot of viewers, this sounds a lot like human trafficking. Maybe ladies, it sounds like human trafficking to me. It's just made legal.
Yeah,
yes.
That's a human trafficking. Wache kutudanganya hapa.
Bonacius. All right, what do you ladies think? Lorna, what do you think? It sounds like human trafficking.
It
the 300K, did your employer pay them back?
It is. You heard what he said. He said that the agents...
That is human trafficking.
He said that agents are doing important job.
Yeah.
They are not.
They are not doing
I'm telling you, it's not even a hard job. You go there, he or she seated there. Akona watu wa kutuma, wewe enda embassy, wewe enda ukalete passport.
Passport, yeah.
They're seated there. Hakuna kazi ngumu, and they get that money. Hakuna job there. There's nothing they're doing. Because, Jeff, watu wakishenda pale, when she was suffering, if you call an agent, hakuna help watakupatia ukiwa huko.
Nothing.
The only help they give that
they block.
They don't even
They block you.
By the way, Faith,
they block
there's
you.
a video you shot.
In the toilet.
Tell me about that. Before we play the video, tell us.
That video, I was sick and tired of that house. I have tried calling these guys here in Nairobi like 1,000 times, please, because I needed the work. I got there because my schooling level is not that high. Now that is the only job I can afford at that moment here in Kenya. Nilienda Saudi kufanya job. Sikuenda Saudi kucheza. Now nimepata shida. I'm calling this guy, please change the house for me. I'm begging you, even they can see me speaking to them. I beg this guy.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Because that went viral, by the way, Faith.
Yeah.
It went viral. Let's take a look at the video.
Outside catering kwa hii nyumba. Mimi pick outside catering. Nafanya kazi ya nyumba. Nafanya kazi mara 3. Nafanya kazi ya nyumba. Napika, nafua, nafanya usafi ya nyumba, naangalia watoto. Hizo kazi zote mimi ndio nafanya. Kuna hii outside catering. Outside catering mimi hupika like chakula hata kama ni ya watu 100. Chakula mingi sana, mimi hupika chakula mob sana. Na hizo vitu zote mimi ndio hufanya. Hakuna saidi zote yenye mimi napata kutoka kwa hii nyumba. Secondly, kuna ile damu muingiza kwa matako.
Faith, you were in the toilet when you made that video.
Yeah, that is the only place I can get peace. That is the only place I can enter in that toilet and sit down and think.
By the way, did you think you were going to die at some point? Did you?
Yeah. Yeah. At the moment, that huyu bosi alinimwagia hii mkono, that was the end.
Alimwaga nini?
Maji moto. This is my hand. I'm a victim. When we talk about
goodness.
victim, I'm one. Alinimwagia maji moto.
Okay, just zoom into that shot, yeah.
Yeah. Alinimwagia maji moto. Hii mkono ilimwagiliwa na maji moto. Wakati ripoti ilifika hapa Kenya, ilifika ya kwanza amenimwagia. Lakini they forced me make that I burn myself. Jeff,
yeah.
I was there at that point, ya gun. I did not even have anything to think about it apart from to say I burn myself.
Tell me something. Do you know Kenyans who have died in Saudi?
So many. And some of them, they are going to die. And if this government is not going to do anything, they are going to die more.
Lorna, did you know anyone who died, Kenyans who died?
Yeah, I know of 2. One of them, she had cancer, but she died back home. Another one was our friend. She died because of diabetes. Yeah, not because of other deals. Before I go to what I want to say this, Jeff. The government, when they say that they appointed some other agents that came from Saudi Arabia. Most agents, but it's true, they came from Saudi Arabia and then they opened agencies. What I want them to do right now, because they have to get somebody who has been on the ground. We need representatives who knows what has been going on, like her or me. I know that I can take this job na roho moja. If they send me somewhere, I go and maybe somebody, because before somebody dies, most of them, you see that they record. Hakuna mtu kufa bure mysteriously. They send messages. Na mtu ametuma, nisaidieni. There is nobody to help. And the government, the CS knows. Maybe ajui, maybe aonangi. There was another
kwa ground
vitu ni different, yeah. Jeff. Kwa ground vitu ni different. Na sisi ndio tuko kwa ground.
Na sisi ndio tunajua hiyo.
We need representatives from us. Wana wa Mary as a representative. Saizi yako jela ndani. Kwa nini yako ndani?
You know what?
And now we
hold on, Faith. I'm going to take a quick break. Before I do that, Mohammed Hersi, you heard the name? Very famous guy, banker. Mohammed Hersi. Alikuwa akiuliza, these agents of yours, were they local or were they Saudi agents?
That is now
local.
Both
when you
local.
find a Saudi agent, ni ule mwenye anakuja na anakufungulia ofisi. Like mimi najua Kiarabu, anaweza kuja nifungulie ofisi kama mwenye alinipeleka. She was there. Alikuja alikojua Kiarabu, then that guy followed there, wakamfungulia ofisi. They facilitate everything and they leave you there.
By the way, he worked in Saudi Arabia for 3 years, and he says even as a professional, it was very difficult for him.
Yeah.
Even as a professional, and he's a banker, he's an investment banker.
Yes.
All right, let's take a break, come back. I know your stories, you guys can talk forever, and I know the CS has a lot of questions to answer. So let's keep talking, folks.
Yes.
Let's keep talking.
Yes.
And keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JKLive. This is an interesting topic, you guys, and we pray for Kenyans out there. We have to.
Yeah, we have to. We have to, Jeff.
What an interesting show we're having for you today, folks. I'm sure lots of engagement on Twitter is on fire. We're talking about real stories, about real people in real time in the Middle East, especially Saudi Arabia. Did you know there are 97,000 Kenyans in Saudi Arabia alone? Did you know that 40 of them have died this year alone? The way some of them get treated like Faith here, you wouldn't want it on your worst enemy. Shut up. On the other side, Lorna says, you know what? It wasn't that bad. I had a great time. So we have the Minister for Labor and Social Services, Simon Chelugui. He's also on the line. And there's a question, by the way, Buenos Dias, there's a question from Member of Parliament for Gatundu South, Moses Kuria. He says, by the way, he lived in Saudi Arabia for 10 years, ladies. I don't know if you know this. He was a senior banker. But he said in his first few months in Saudi Arabia, it was hell for him, until he learned to speak the language. And he has suggested to you, Bonacias, he says, look, why don't we do what the Philippines does? And there are a lot of Filipinos who live outside of the Philippines, especially in the Middle East. They have Filipinos there on the ground, wherever it is, dealing with Filipinos. So it's not Kenyans dealing with Saudis. There's a total disconnect between this country here and Saudi Arabia. But if you have Kenyans who have experience on the ground in Jeddah, in Riyadh, on the ground, then they'll be able to deal with Kenyans. Your thoughts, CS?
Thank you, Jeff. One, let me correct you. You mentioned that 40 Kenyans have died in the last
since January.
However, yeah, but that's not true, Jeff. We did ask for the number. We had a question in Parliament about 2 weeks ago, and the number is 97 in the last 3 years.
Yeah, but since January, and this is from Foreign Affairs, since January it's 40.
That is not true.
Okay, 97 in the last 3 years. There's still a lot of Kenyans dying.
Yeah, the last 3 years is 97, and some of them were not related to employment. Some were due to natural, or some were sick or natural causes. However, as I've told you, we'll be following up on the postmortem reports that we were given by the authorities in Saudi Arabia. Now, back to the issue of the concern or what the observation of Honorable Moses Kuria. Jeff, we are on the race to catch up with other successful countries who have really entrenched the issue of migrant workers sector in their country. One of them is Philippines, who now earn over 42 trillion equivalent Kenya shillings from migrant workers remittance. So as a government, as a country, we have recently in February 25, Cabinet passed a resolution to increase the number of labor attachés in Saudi Arabia. You will realize that Saudi Arabia is so fast, the size of East Africa and maybe part of Central Africa. And we only have one labor attaché. So as a way of dealing with the challenges that we have had from the two ladies, we intend to increase this number by another 6 of them to make it 7 labor attachés in Saudi Arabia, so that we are able to deal with the issues and challenges our migrant workers are facing in Saudi Arabia.
But yes, okay.
I want to also.
Yes, I had asked, before your signal died last time, I had asked you the question, and the ladies had agreed. What we are seeing here, and correct me if I'm wrong, is legalized human trafficking. You didn't answer that question. I think your signal went down. Legalized it's human trafficking, any way you see it.
Jeff, we have both men and women in Saudi Arabia. We have lesser cases on men than ladies. And some of the cases we are dealing with are of intentional, some of the ladies have run away from their existing contracts, which again comes with consequences. I think in the current regime or courts of migrant workers, we are really sensitizing them on the need to respect and protect the contracts so that you don't cause a kind of bitterness from employers or create some tension between them and the locals or the.
So what you're saying, go there and act as a slave. That's what you're saying, Bonazi, yes? It's not very fair.
No. I'm not saying they act as a slave, because before they leave, we are like Philippines. What they do, they have a fully fledged office in Saudi Arabia that handles the welfare terms and conditions of work by Filipinos. So every Filipino who lands in Saudi Arabia is aware of their terms, knows the employer, and they have also negotiated other welfare issues like off-duty days and all those kind of what has been mentioned.
Do you see us getting to that stage? That's what Moses Kuria was just saying. Do you see us
That is where we are going, Jeff. And I want to assure the ladies in the studio now that we are going to fix it. This challenge that we are facing now is historical. Some of the cases were because of omissions of the past. But I assure you that we are going to fix it. We are both aligned with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in dealing with this issue once and for all. we are equally, we feel the pain and the challenges our Kenyan workers are going through in Saudi Arabia. So in this visit, we are fully prepared, and we have raised and itemized all the issues that needs to be addressed and discussed, so that the future contracts that we are going to engage with these employers in Saudi Arabia is proper and in line with international standards.
Okay, stand by, Bwana CS, stand by. Faith, do you feel reassured by the CS?
No. No.
You don't feel reassured at all?
I don't feel that.
Kwa nini? Mwambie, si mwambie anakusikiza.
I don't feel that because they lie to us.
Mwongeleshe.
Okay, Bwana CS. You know, you are not on the ground. Those girls there, when we go there, you assure us of our security, you assure us of our off, our leave day, or our off, you assure us of our salary. Sijui baada ya miezi fulani mnaongezwa salary. Okay, you assure us of our health. First thing, ukigonjeka huko, ufai kugonjeka ile ugonjwa ati inapita Panado. Ukigonjeka ile ugonjwa inapita Panado, inafaa urudishe kwenyu. That is, hiyo ndio nini ya huko. Ukigonjeka ile ugonjwa inapita Panado, urudishe kwenyu. Now this boss anaonanga ugumu kukurudisha kwenyu kwa sababu alikununua. Wakati unapopiga simu kwa ofisi huko, unawauliza au wakurudishe nyumbani, hawakurudishi nyumbani kwa sababu wewe ni mgonjwa. Mtu anakufa. Rehema alikufa juu ya hiyo. Do you remember that lady?
I remember the name.
Yeah, Rehema alikufa juu ya hiyo. In that case Mwanandi alikuwa ameshikilia, mwana wa Mary. Do you remember the case of that lady mwenye alikuja kama amekufa na kaacha mtoto Saudi, mtoto akakuja nyuma yake? Mwana alikuwa ameshikilia because of that. Kenya wanapuuza vitu ndongo kama hizo, but zina to cost. Tunapoteza wamama wetu, tunapoteza mabibi zetu, tunapoteza watoto wetu. How do you feel when our mothers go in the JKL kuchukua watoto, kuchukua mwili za watoto wao wakilia? As a father, as a mother, as a Kenyans, how do we feel? We need something to do. And hii Kenya yetu ndio ECS, please do something. They are dying day by day.
Lona, ongelesha PS pia.
Yes, CS, let me tell you something. Kuna kitu umetaja about enda, don't omit those rules and regulations, don't run away, don't do this. Nimetaja nikasema, when somebody runs away, kuna watu run away because of different conditions. You're trying to get that agent au mpati. Nikuuliza utangoja kifo CS?
No.
You'll be there, you see that your life is in danger. Kuna watu wamekuambia pale nje, you can come outside here. We go and we run and they run. I remember a case of our friend, alikuwa mbali sana Ushago. Mtu hajawai lima Nairobi, she was a hawker. Her name is Wambui. She was a hawker here in Nairobi City. Akaenda huko. Kufika kwa kazi ni gani? Kulima kwa shamba. CS. Anaenda analima, chakula hakuna. Anakula watermelon kwa shamba. True story, but I don't lie. True story. What did she do? She told us that she walked for 6 good hours bila kuona gari, bila kuona mtu. Mpaka mahali alikutana na polisi. Polisi wengine, what they tell you, unataka kufanya, unataka kwenda home. Instead of you going home, I have my mom, hana shagala, hana msichana wa kazi. So you come, you work for her. They do that. So forget about that. Weka you aside. Even the 6 people that you want to appoint, you people. Kama ni mtu mwenye ametoka pale Nairobi University, ama ametoka JKLive whatever,
please,
unataka mkumbusha pale, unapeleka mtu ajui kwa ground vitu zina happen aje. What will she go? She will just go there kwa embassy, akae asikie raha, atulie pale kwa embassy, but the rights of our Kenyans bado ziko committed.
Yeah.
CS nina feel hata wewe pale huko, you don't know what happens kwa ground. Nyinyi mnaangalia tu kuna watu wanahepa, kuna watu wako pale. A friend of mine akulipo for 6 months, I'm the one who took her to my agent kwa sababu I saw that she's called Tina. Hata ningekuja nani vile apendi kamera, akanipigia simu. She used to call me, ananiambia sijalipo for 6 months. That house alikuwa na mwenda wazimu, mtoto mwenda wazimu. Alikuwa anampiga, ananiambia maji sijalipo 6 months. And when the boss akikuja, the mbaba anaambiwa, Tina, sura, enda kimbia, ujifiche. Nikwambia nakwambianga hivyo eh. The parents used to call me, Lona tujongea na Tina hajatuma pesa. Yes, I used to call her. Na mimi God has gifted me, I know how to handle these people. Ninampigia madam namchekesha. Namwambia madam, can I talk to Tina? Ananiambia Tina fee na kali Tina, chukua simu. Na uza Tina tujalipwa Mzee akikuja nakwambia uingie ndani nikwambia leo akikuja usitoke, ni wewe na yeye. That day the mzee came. Tina, Tina alikataa kuenda. Akamuuliza nini mbaya? Akamwambia boss, I've not been paid for 6 months. Akamuuliza how now? I always give this woman the money to give her kupatia. Tomorrow very early in the morning tunaenda bank nikupatia akupatie pesa yako akarudi kudeal na mama walikuwa na fight usiku.
So you're saying the agents stole all the money?
Agents, I'm telling you, there's nothing the agents are doing. I've had him say that the agents are doing a vital job. Hakuna kazi. Kazi ya agent inaishia hapa. Atuwanyang'anyi kazi yao. Tupewe agents who are ground. People that know what happens there.
By the way, CS, you heard that. Heard that. First of all, are the agents ever vetted? Do you have a list of all the agents that are involved in this migration, as you call it? But CS, are you with us? Can you hear me?
It's not clear.
Okay.
The net is down.
Okay.
It's not clear.
I can hear you now. We're asking whether the agents, are they vetted?
Yes, Jeff, we have now an elaborate vetting system that is inter-agency, which involves the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Interior, and even Migration, and our ministry, so that we first check on we carry out the background and due diligence on directors of these companies. We also check on their tax compliance. We check on their history before we renew their license, and we also check on their financial capacity to handle maybe pre-departure expenditure. So that is basically what we do before we license.
Okay, but Lorna here was saying, Lorna was giving an example of someone who wasn't paid for 6 months, but then the employer was paying an agent, but the agent wouldn't pay the young lady.
We do not have any agent who has not paid up for his license who is operating, because this is one of the conditions to enable or to license any agent to operate in this process of
Buenos Dias, I think, if you ask the ladies, qua ground, mambo ni different. And they don't agree with what you're saying. They say you're lying.
Yeah.
On the ground, it's a different story. Maybe you need to talk to those people on the ground because they have no clue what these ladies are going through.
Yeah. I can tell Bwana CS. Kama kona simu yake hapo, aingie kwa page ya Nelson Mudhama Miriuki. Aingie hata wewe ukiingia saa hii. Just Google that guy.
Nelson
Mudhama Miriuki. Mike Nelson Mudhama Miriuki. He's in state. He's doing a lot of work for those Saudian girl. Like wamejaa kwa wall yake, wamepigwa
like US.
For a long time, by the way.
And that guy is the one who pay my flight ticket. Yeah. Where is the Kenyan government? Where is my office that time? Where is my boss that time? That guy alijitolea. Yeah. And now that is the work that mwana alikuwa anafanya ako ndani. And now we have another lady in the ground called Clara. Clara anasaidia pia watu. But hata sasa akikuja sana pia anaweza wekwa ndani. Because hawataki mtu mwenye anasaidia watu. Wanataka ule mtu mwenye anasema okay, juko ground, sijui ati bosi akikwambia fanya kitu fulani unafanya. No, atukimbiangi kwa sababu wacha nikuulize Jeff. Umepewa chakula, unalala vizuri, salari yako unapatiwa vizuri, uko mgonjwa unapelekwa hospitali unatutiwa vizuri, hakuna kelele kwa hiyo nyumba, utakimbia? No. Never. You will never run away. Lakini mtu unakimbianga kwa sababu mimi hata ningekuwa kukimbia ningekimbia. Lakini unakimbia unaenda wapi? Huyu amesema nini? Unapelekwanga huko maushambani. And Saudi Arabia is a desert. Si kama utaona green. Is a desert. So na joto ukitoka hivi ujue hata unaenda wapi. Sisi kama hili liko kwa Harar ni milima tupu. Unaenda wapi?
By the way, Lorna, how did you come back? What made you come back?
Right, okay, Jeff. Before I tell you what made me come back, there's something I don't want to forget. Maybe sometimes the government may feel like maybe kuongeza watu wengine kwa ground, it will cost a lot, maybe, and government, maybe now there's no money or anything. But I was thinking, hiyo 300,000 yenye watu wanapewa ipunguzwe. Again, these people that are still there, wale watu wako pale nimekuambia wao uchanga. We can form a welfare. And kwa hii welfare hata tuseme kila msichana atoe 50 reals.
Only 50.
Only 50. Only 50 reals itaweza kufacilitate kwa sababu Saudi Arabia is too big by the way.
Yeah.
Yeye peke yake in his own head hawezi akabeba. And even by the vile ninakuona Bwana CS. Hii Saudi manze uwezani nayo. Wacha tuseme tu ukweli. Tuongeze watu kwa ground. Whether you like it or not. Hata mkikaa chini saizi mkimbie huko mrudi. Those things will still happen. Mweke watu mwenye unajua ule mtu mwenye amefinywa na kiatu ndiye anajua. Wewe haujafinywa, wewe uko kwa ofisi pale. Ulitoka uni ukaingia hapo you are na CS now. Lakini hizo jobs za chini ndio unasikia Moses Kuria anaongea because he's been there and he knows. Akiwa pale kwa ofisi anajua what you are saying right here. Yeah. So mtupatie hiyo platform. Na kama sio sasa ni sasa hivi
kama sio leo
kama sio sasa ni sasa hivi. And I'm telling Kenyans and our people that are there, I know they are so happy right now. Hizi mambo mtawaisikia tena because out of 97,000 naweza sema like almost 10,000 washapitia hizi vitu zote. People have been dying. Hata kuna wengine hamtasikia, haitasemekana. Baadaye kuna an agent alikuwa anaambiwa baadaye after some few days fulani alikufa baadaye. Alikufa sijasikia. Nende alikuwa amempeleka kwa sababu alikuwa amelenga mpaka messages asomi tena. Yes.
All right, Bwana CS, I'm sure the signal is okay. If you can hear me, I'm going to give you the last word here. Wacha CS atuongeleshe. You've heard the ladies, you've heard all the complaints. I'm sure, you are aware of what's happening on the ground. You get the last word here. What do you say to reassure Kenyans going forward?
Thank you, Jeff. The government has taken seriously these complaints from these migrant workers in Saudi Arabia, and we have put in place a number of initiatives to address some of these complaints going forward. One of them is last year, Jeff, we looked at ourselves amongst the 11 countries in Eastern Horn of Africa so that we develop common BLS between us and these 11 countries. That is Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Ethiopia, and Djibouti. That is one initiative. Two, Chair, we are coming up with Migrant Workers Welfare Fund that will address some of the challenges our migrant workers are going through, including when they are when they are put in deportation camps or they feel like coming home. This fund will be contributory and this will help in dealing with some of the challenges they are going through. They will not need to now engage agents in assisting them to come back home. Then we also came up, embraced the Musanet, which is a platform or a software that is also embraced by Saudi Arabia. This software registers and keep track of these migrant workers in Saudi Arabia. And also the policy that is now before the Department of Labor in Parliament and the Migrant and the Labor Migration Management Bill, which will streamline the responsibilities and duties of agents so that you don't just organize transfer of migrant workers to Saudi Arabia, but we will also be expected to monitor and track the welfare of these workers while they're in Saudi Arabia until they come back. So these are some of the initiatives that we are taking and we are managing now, and we believe this will go a long way in securing, protecting our migrant workers in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, Bwana CS, real quick. Yeah, okay. They hear you and we hear you. Let me ask you this, Bwana CS. If there's a young lady, a young man applying right now to go to Saudi Arabia or to Dubai or to Qatar, certainly in the Middle East, if they're applying right now, would you encourage them to? Would you say on TV that yes, your life is as precious as any life of any Kenyan anywhere?
Jeff, I want to assure any Kenyans looking for working locally and abroad that their lives are important both here and when they are working abroad. So I want to assure the two ladies that once we travel to Saudi Arabia, all these issues that you have brought forth will be addressed, and I believe the future is bright, and we will be able to deal with with these challenges and assure them of their safety, assure them of their comfort while they're working in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. When are you going to Saudi again, Bonasias? When are you off to Saudi? I think the signal just froze again. All right. All right, ladies, would you encourage anyone to go today? Faith?
Okay, for me,
Yeah.
experience is the best teacher. I can't tell anyone that don't go, because everyone akona bahati yake. Like you see, this one alienda mkono mzuri, mimi nikaangukia mkono mbaya. You can go there, try your luck. Yeah, but at least before you go, the only thing I can tell someone, before you go, chunguza ile agency nakupeleka. Is it genuine? Is that agent ikikupeleka, ukipata shida, itakusaidia? Yeah, before uingie hiyo ndege. And then ukifika huko, wakufuatilie. Juu kuna wasichana wajalipwa. Mtu anamaza miezi 2, miezi 3, miezi 4. So Mwarabu anaona kukulipa hii pesa yote miezi hizo zote, anaona ni ngumu.
By the way, how did you escape? How did you get back here?
Okay, after kuchomwa mkono, nikatoroka nikaenda police station kwa walinforce niseme on gunpoint. Walinforce niseme nimejichoma. So after kusema hivyo, that jioni ikakuwa lazima niende kwa ofisi ya Arar. Kutoka Arar nikaenda kwa ofisi, and then they make me confess that I burned myself. Now ofisi ya Nairobi wakaamini nimejichoma. Tulihave kurudi na huyo jamaa kwa nyumba. Kurudi naye kwa nyumba, thank God. Just thank God. Tulipatana na takataka kwa mlango. So mama alikuwa mbele, mimi nilikuwa katikati, baba alikuwa nyuma. So kufika kwa mlango, mimi nilikuwa nimevaa closed shoes, baba na mama walikuwa wamevaa closed. Wakaniambia niende nitupe takataka, nirudi nipatiane my secret phone yenye nilikuwa nayo. So mimi sikuenda sikutupa takataka. Mimi nilichukua hiyo ndoo, nikiteremka chini nikachukua ndoo juu in the morning nilikuwa nimekimbia, niko na karatasi zangu za contract. So hiyo my secret phone nilificha nje. So wakati nilienda kutupa takataka nikachukua simu yangu nikaweka kwa my phone, hivyo ndivyo vile lilitoka. So kufika nje nikaingia kwa building. Kuingia kwa building nikapata mtaro kubwa. Hiyo mtaro nikapiga hesabu. Nikipatikana hapa nitashutiwa. That is a gun, sio toy. Hiyo ni gani? Nitashutiwa nipatikane hapa. Nikipatikana hapa nitapatikana mifupa ikiwa mtupu. So, kutoka nje nikakutana na huyo boss, but hakuniona. Mimi nikalala chini. Kulala chini, akapita akaenda ile side nyingine, ndio mimi nikacross lami nikaenda. Imagine sio mbali Jeff. Sio mbali. Just like 10 meters. Red Cross iko pale. Just kuingia kwa Red Cross na kukaa chini. I'm tired. Nilikuwa nimechoka juu nimepigwa asubuhi, nimepigwa mchana, mimi mwenyewe ni mgonjwa, nilipigwa mara 3, nimemwagiwa maji. Now I'm tired. Juu ni kifo mimi ninangoja. Now kwa Red Cross I still say that the same statement that I burned myself. After Red Cross recording the statement, they called police. After police came, I repeated the same thing. I burned myself. They took me to the hospital. I burned myself. Now in the morning, ndio sasa niliamka nikajua because when I opened my eyes I see this guy there standing there. Akaniambia yala Fei waro. Nikamuuliza waro when? Fei tunaenda. Nikamuuliza wapi tunaenda? Atuwaro bet tunaenda kwa nyumba. Nikamwambia la ana mafiroi inte. Mimi ana mafiroi bet inte. Mimi siendi kwa nyumba yako. So nikarudi in that process daktari akakuja, polisi akakuja. Nikawaelezea the whole truth. Nikamwambia this guy did this and they make me confess that I burned myself. Now me the only thing I need is to go back home. That is it. I go back to my country.
They believed your story?
Yeah, here in Kenya they believe. But I talked to the guy, the owner of the office there. The guy believed me. Yeah, akaniambia hakuna kitu nitakusaidia, but the only thing I can help you is I will tell your boss to sign your flight exit, you go back home. If you have anyone that can pay your flight ticket, you go home. Because here in Kenya, they were demanding that I should pay that guy 118k, Jeff, of which I don't have. Yeah, the money I was sending to my hubby eat all my money. Now, when that story came out, I have to pay my own flight ticket. Nelson, that's where Nelson
this guy in the US?
Yeah.
He's the one who paid your fare?
Yeah, he's the one who paid my fare, my flight ticket.
Would you go back?
Where?
Saudi?
Saudi, never. Over my dead body.
Would you recommend anyone to go?
No. But if you want to go, just to go. But don't come on my opinion that mwenzangu anataka kwenda Saudi Arabia, sijui which advice do you have? No. In fact, there's a guy aliingia in my inbox ananiambia juu ako na wasichana anawatrain kwenda Saudi. So because I've been there and I know Arabic, a little Arabic, sijui niende niwafundishe zile vitu naenda kupata huko. Jeff, how? I'm a victim here. I'm still fighting this thing called depression. Because when I came back, I find nothing. And right now I'm living by the grace of God. I have nothing.
Lorna, would you go back?
Anytime.
Anytime?
Even now.
Even now you'd go back?
Even if CS tells me come and take, I'll come and take you. Takupeleka.
Would you recommend others to go?
What I will tell someone who wants to go, Jeff, kwa sababu hutakaa hapo ukunywe maji na ugali. Trust in God with all your heart and with all your soul. Do not lean on your own understanding, but in everything, acknowledge God. Put God inside. Let him be the center. Huyu hatakusaidia. Government haitakusaidia. Kuna mahali itafika, it is only you and your God.
Yeah.
Pray a lot before you go there. Yes.
And be wise.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Be
no,
wise.
I think we're done, huh? Yeah, because you came home and you're happy, right?
I'm happy and I can still go back there.
Yeah.
Okay, what I always say is that I can go back there maybe for shopping, just for adventure, because I love the country. Yes, I love Saudi Arabia.
All right, I guess
But-
to each their own, huh? Buenos
Yeah.
dias, thanks so much for your time. Lorna,
Yes.
thank you for coming over.
And
Tell
by
the
the
story.
And by the way, I have a good news. After you interviewing me on Hot 96, today I meet the HR, Kenchik. Yeah,
At Kenchik?
Yeah.
And
They told me that they will just help me. They will chip in. So I'm still waiting.
well done. Congratulations.
Yes.
Buenos dias, you still with us? Can you still hear us?
Yes, I'm with you, Jeff.
Oh, it looks like you wanted to say something, so I'll give you the final word.
Now, yeah, well, I know what these ladies have raised is weighty, and all Kenyans are concerned about what's going on in Saudi Arabia. I want to give assurance that after our visit in the course of this month or early next month, we should be able to inform Kenyans what is going on in Saudi Arabia and what actions we are taking to address this issue so that we'll fix it once and for all. We are equally concerned that we've lost lives. We've lost 97 lives in the last 3 years, and it's important that as government we
I can hear you, CS. Go ahead. Oh, man. Did you just freeze again? Could you hear us, CS? You still there?
Yeah, yes. There's a network problem where I am, Jeff.
No problem. Go ahead. Yeah, there is a network problem. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, Jeff. Now I can hear you
Okay,
again.
real quick, you know what? Why don't you arrange to meet these young ladies? You know, arrange, they can give you some feedback, they can tell you the feeling on the ground. Organize you with your office, give them a call. And, you know, the best experience is life, and they've been through life. So, you know, that's my little suggestion to you. Just organize and, you know, meet them.
You can ask the ladies to come to our offices. I think by on Monday they can come to offices, and we'll listen to their story, listen to their issues, listen to their concern, and use those lessons to assist in building a better future for the 97 Kenyans who are working in Saudi Arabia.
97,000. Guys, will you organize to go to see the minister?
Yeah,
Yes?
we'll organize,
Yeah.
and then he tells us the time.
Yeah.
The time we'll go there. We will go.
We'll be there
So,
at that
should
time.
I now check his diary, guys?
Yes.
We'll put you in touch with his office, okay? And you guys
Yes.
can meet.
Okay.
Want to see us? Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. I know you've had a long working day. Appreciate your time.
Yes.
Let's get some feedback. What do you say? A little bit of feedback?
Okay.
Martin Mola says, sad stories on the bench tonight. The government should just resolve this issue once and for all.
Yeah.
So much feedback. It's incredible. It's incredible. Alenga Tortoise. Okay. These stories on Saudi Ordeal are indeed heart-wrenching. Is it possible for the Kenyans affected to be assisted to file a case at the International Court of Justice? Whoa.
Wow.
It is not possible.
Why not?
Because when I came back, at at least ningepata mtu wa kunisaidia nipate hiyo justice.
And nobody helped you?
Nobody, even in government, they know. They know.
Yeah, because they said
seen
it's your
story.
word against Wallace.
Yeah, yeah. At least, lakini ningepata mtu wa kuniuliza what went wrong.
Would you still want to?
Yeah.
Would you sue them?
Yeah.
To file a case.
Yeah, to file a case, yes.
Kabugi Wawero says, how does the Kenyan government reach out to Kenyans facing challenges in foreign countries, especially in cases of abuse?
They don't.
They don't.
They don't. They don't. We
Ladies.
fight our own battle.
Keep fighting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep fighting.
We
That's
fight
all I
our
can
own
say.
battle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, well done. At least you came and told your story.
Yeah.
And there's 97,000 in Saudi alone
Yeah.
of us out there.
Yeah.
So just, you know, hopefully they're listening, they're watching, and they can learn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Lana Chirap,
Yep.
Faith Murunga.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Want to see us. Thanks so
Thank
much for your
you.
time, guys.
Evangelist Lona Jerop on YouTube. Subscribe.
Hello.
And my school teacher, Young Achievers, I say thank you for welcoming my kids. Thank you very much.
My grandma back at home, gogo ya mune. Karam sana gogo nyuma.
Anything else?
My mom.
Sai Sede,
Yeah.
Kararan, Mamingala.
Momingala.
And Jeff, and I thank everyone that will stand up with me at this tough moment. I really thank you guys, and please continue because I've been not achieved my dream yet. Please.
What do you want to be when you grow up? What would you like to be?
I'm already 30.
Oh, okay. What would you like to do?
I would love to have my own Kenchik and my home.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm a motivational speaker. I would love to motivate people, to inspire a lot of people. And shout out to my pastor, Pastor Regina, I love you so much. Bishop Boaz, my PA Nedi, my manager Lena, Lubia Generation Collection, yeah. I love you so much,
All
guys.
right.
Dennis
There's a lot
Nguta.
of shout outs. It sounds like the
Nguta.
show, yours for the asking. Enough, ladies. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And shout out to our DP, we love you.
And thank you for joining us tonight, folks. What a story. What stories. It's incredible.
But
Can't
Jeff-
make this stuff up. Thanks so much for being a part of the show, folks. Keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JKLive. JKLive every week. Thanks so much for joining us. Good luck. Good night. God bless all these ladies and everyone, and all the Kenyans working out there in the diaspora. Thank you, folks.